Hello, and many thanks for joining us on News on the Hour on Plus TV Africa. My name is Felicity Esewike. Here's what the stories making the headlines. The new National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has received another batch of 136 stranded Nigerians from Libya. Idris Mohammed, coordinator, Lagos Territorial Office of NEMA, confirmed the development to newsmen on Tuesday in Lagos. Mohammed said the Nigerians arrived at the cargo wing of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, at 11:50 p.m. on Monday aboard a chartered aircraft with registration number DMG MJI. According to him, they were brought back by the International Organization for Migration, IOM, and European Union under the Assisted Voluntary Returnees Program. He said, and I quote, "The returnees are made up of 59 adult females, 4 female children, and 5 female infants. Also, there are 63 adult males, 2 male children, and 3 infant males." Mohammed said the returnees were welcomed by NEMA and other agencies, including the National Refugees Commission, National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, as well as the Nigerian Immigration Service. One of the returnees, Kainde Fatu Kasi from Ekiti State, while narrating his experience, said he deeply regretted embarking on the journey to the volatile North African country. Joining us now in the studio is Pastor Ituah Ighodalo to share his view on this alarming issue. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us in the news.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What's your immediate reaction to this story?
Well, thank God that this escapees or the refugees, they've been able to return safely. Thank God for the international community that cooperated to make this possible. And thank God that at least in Nigeria, there was some agency, NEMA, that was well organized and prepared, ready to receive them, and hopefully we'll be able to reallocate and manage them. But the critical issue is, why did they leave Nigeria in the first place?
Yes, that's the question. What would you attribute to this? Why is it that people are always looking, despite the perilous nature of the journey, they still choose to take it on? Is it that bad? What explanation is there for this?
It gives our leaders a lot of food for thought. Okay, there was a time when Ghanaians came to Nigeria in droves, okay, because the Ghanaian economy was terrible. Togolese came, some are still here, because it tells us the state of our economy. Okay, people always try to look for somewhere better than where they are. We've always been adventurers and wanderers to look for a better place. So people are ready to leave Nigeria at any cost because of what they have been through and what they are going through, and because of the promises of a seemingly better life out there. And that is the challenge. If our economy was good, if people were making progress, if they were making money, if they're being educated, if their lives were getting better, they would not leave, okay? You hardly find American refugees coming here or British refugees. They come here for adventure. They come here for sightseeing. Tourism. They come here to do business. They don't come here because life is terrible for them there. And that's the problem with Nigeria. And the responsibility for the government is to begin to put everything in place to reverse this trend. It never used to be like that.
Yeah, unfortunately. What would you suggest that government does with these people that have been returned to the country so that they feel a sense of belonging and, discouraged from ever trying to leave the country again?
Well, I don't know if the right word is discouraged. I think what government should do is, first of all, to counsel them. A lot of them have been through trauma of one thing or the other, perils of the day, perils of the night, maybe not well treated over there, fear. So the first thing is to counsel them. The second thing is to reunite them with their families where possible. The third is to address the root cause of the reason why they left in the first place. Okay, if they were leaving for education, how do we get them the education? If they're leaving for jobs, how do we get them the jobs? If they're leaving to get married or to do something, how do we address the root cause of the problem and give them, where possible, what they were aspiring for out there? And that is what I think will settle them down.
Okay, do you think the church, as a pastor, do you think the church has a role in helping to, discourage Nigerians from embarking on such perilous journey, knowing that there's a possibility that they might not even come back alive? What do you think the role of the church is?
Absolutely. The church is the moral conscience of the nation. The church is the greatest cheerleader and supporter of government, and the church is also the greatest critic of government. The church is the moral compass, or should be the moral compass of a nation, okay? And therefore, we need to partner with government to make sure that these people are rehabilitated, they are counseled, they are looked after. And if government does not take up its responsibility, the church should, and work side by side government to do those things. Most of the schools in Nigeria, first schools, were started by the church. Missionary schools, UMC, Methodist Church, Anglican Church, Catholic Church, and today Pentecostal churches are starting schools. So education came into most parts of the world on the back of the church. Medical came the same way. Most missionaries that came to Nigeria brought education, brought medical, brought information, and brought all manners of well-being to make people's lives better. And that's the role of the church. The church shouldn't forget that.
All right. Thank you very much for coming on the news.
Thank you.